friends, Heidi here from Rain Country Homestead. God is good all the time. Well, today I'm going to show you how I make my own special popcorn seasoned blend. And this particular seasoning is more of a Mexican flavor to it. And I like to use it not just on my popcorn, but also on my avocado and a few other things. And I usually add a little nutritional yeast when I'm sprinkling it on those things. Not to the seasoning itself, but just to whatever I'm putting it on. And so, again, usually when I make anything like this up, I just throw it together. I don't have any set amount of measurements. So I'm going to do my best today to break it down and give you a rough idea what the measurements are, but you have to realize that anything like this is very, very subject to a matter of taste. You can totally take out one ingredient, use more of that ingredient or less of that ingredient. It's entirely up to you and what you prefer. And I'm going to give you a few other options you can add to this. This particular blend is very simple and basic, and I'll explain why when I get to that. So as you can see, this is the jar I keep it in, and I'm nearing the bottom, so it is time to make some more. And by the way, these little ball lids like this are pretty handy. I got a good deal on them at the local store. They probably sell them on Amazon, and if I can find it, I'll link it below. But I actually got a deal with the lids and the jars, and it was cheaper than buying the lids by themselves, so I just went ahead and did that. So anyway, let's get started. Now what I'm going to do today, which I never do, but people keep telling me I should try, and I thought, well, what a good time to try it while I'm making a video, is to mix my dry ingredients like this in a jar that's bigger than the amount that I'm going to make, and then just shake it up. So we'll see how well that works. I usually just use a big fork or a chopstick to mix. So what we want, I want to start with my chili powder, and chili powder is going to be the main ingredient in this. Now this isn't a seasoned salt, it's just a seasoned blend. If you choose to make it a seasoned salt, you're going to want to put quite a bit of salt in it, and I'll go over that in a bit. So I'm just making a seasoned blend. So what I've got here, each one of these lids is equal to a 1/4 cup. So I'm going to put about 3/4 of a cup of the chili powder. So that's the base. And then I like cumin quite a bit. And so I like to use quite a bit. I'm going to start with a 1/4 cup for now. And then some paprika. I know I'm going to add more of all this stuff. So let's say approximately 3/4, so 3 parts to 1 part to 1 part, and then to however hot you can handle it. Now, word of caution, when you're using cayenne pepper on popcorn, it's really best, no matter how hot you like stuff, to use to use a minimal amount, because it's just too easy to breathe it in when you're eating popcorn. And yeah, it happens to me every time, and I love it on popcorn, but as long as I have it mixed in here, it's not so bad. So I'm going to keep it less than a 1/4 cup. And what I want this jar to be about half full. So it's not there yet. Look how cool that looks. So I'm going to increase that again. So we'll do another half cup of the chili powder, and then about 1/8 cup of each, the paprika and the cumin, which would be filling the lid up only halfway. And I may not add any more cayenne pepper. That looks awesome. Now, other options you could consider is using granulated onion. I get this on Amazon, the organic white granulated onion, and I'll link to that. And granulated garlic, which I get my garlic at Costco. I have the boys pick it up for me because we don't even have a Costco card anymore. We just, or I even order it online. I just let them pick it up because it's really still my favorite granulated garlic is the Kirkland brand. And then if you're going to make it into a salt, you're probably going to, a seasoned salt, want to use almost the same amount of salt per spices to make it a seasoned salt, but that's going to also be a matter of how salty you want it. I would go a quarter of the amount of salt myself. So, with this much, maybe just 1/4 cup of salt to a 1/2 cup of salt. It would be all I would use. That just looks so cool. It's almost a shame to mix it. So just, if you look at my seasoned salt recipe, that'll give you an idea of how much spices per salt you want to use. So you can find that recipe right up here. And I've got my chopstick handy just in case. Oh, what am I doing? I need a lid. Okay, so let's put a lid on there. And then we're going to try shaking it and see how well that blends it. With all those colors in there, it should be pretty obvious to tell whether or not it blends well. Looks like this is working pretty good. Suburban Hillbilly was one of those that reminded me of this, and there was a couple other people too. She was just the most recent, so the one I remember the most. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Pretty well blended. Look how easy that was. I don't have any clumps at the bottom of something that didn't blend in well. So, cool. But I still had my trusty chopstick, just in case. Okay, so now I'm going to take this, my stainless steel funnel, and whoops, wrong jar. Gotta go the other way around. My stainless steel funnel, and I'm going to dump this into here, and it should fill it. Actually, it's going to more than fill it up because I went a little much. I might be able to tamp it down there. Oh, I think I can get it all in there. Yes. Okay, and there we go. So now I'm all ready to roll again with some more popcorn and avocados and whatever else I want to put this on. So again, play with your ingredients and try adding the garlic and onion. Now the reason I don't put the garlic and onion in this or salt is because we also put the seasoned salt, the recipe that I linked to over there, up in the corner here. We also put that on our popcorn as well. So we'll put that on, and then this is kind of more of a topper. Along with, on mine, I add the nutritional yeast. And then Mr. Rain likes to put extra garlic on his. Now, I love, love, love garlic, but for some reason, when I eat my popcorn, I don't like all that garlic, and I don't know why. It's really odd, because in everything else, I love tons of garlic. But every once in a while I do, but most of the time I just like it with this, my seasoning salt, and some nutritional yeast, and it's good. And it's really healthy because that nutritional yeast is packed full of B vitamins. Alright, so there you have it. There's my popcorn seasoning, so take that and play with it, and maybe even try something totally different, like more of an Italian flair, and add some powdered oregano, rosemary, onion, and garlic. That would be really good. I think I'm going to have to do that at some point. All right. Thanks for watching. Take care, and God bless.